Hey there, and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Recap, where I share with you 5 stories of interest for asylum seekers and those who want to stay updated on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
Trump called America a garbage can for the world in immigration comments. Texas launched an $11 billion border crackdown, challenging federal control. Border towns show safety and economic growth, contradicting national security claims. EverVerify system remains unused while businesses employ undocumented workers. Texas hospitals must collect patient immigration status starting in November.
I'm Brian Manning, and I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. All right, let's get to the news. First,
Former President Donald Trump criticized illegal immigration at a campaign rally in Arizona, describing the United States as a garbage can for the world. The remarks, made in Tempe less than 2 weeks before Election Day, represent an escalation in Trump's anti-immigrant messaging. Throughout his campaign, Trump has characterized undocumented immigrants as dangerous and promised to deport up to 20 million people if re-elected, significantly more than the 1.5 million deported during his presidency. He has focused particularly on border security, frequently criticizing Vice President Kamala Harris's handling of immigration issues. The Biden-Harris administration has faced record border crossings, though numbers decreased after June when they restricted asylum access. At a CNN town hall, Harris acknowledged the immigration system's problems while defending her record and criticizing Trump's unfulfilled border wall promises.
And up next for update number 2.
Texas has escalated its challenge to federal immigration authority through unprecedented border security measures, including a new law making illegal entry a state crime. The state has spent $11 billion on border operations, seized public spaces for enforcement, and blocked federal agents' access to certain areas. Texas officials justify these actions by invoking constitutional provisions about protecting states from invasion, arguing that migrant crossings and drug trafficking constitute such a threat. Several other states have followed Texas' lead with similar legislation. Legal scholars warn that if courts uphold Texas's law, it could create parallel state and federal immigration systems nationwide. The case is likely headed to the Supreme Court, where a conservative majority could reshape immigration enforcement authority. The outcome could particularly impact a potential second Trump presidency's immigration agenda.
All right, it's time for our third immigration update.
Border communities along the United States-Mexico frontier present a more complex reality than often portrayed in national media and political discourse, local leaders say. While Arizona struggles with drug trafficking, with 66% of fentanyl seizures occurring in the Tucson sector, cities like Laredo, Texas, report high safety ratings and robust legal commerce, processing $320 billion in annual trade. Many border towns depend heavily on legal Mexican workers and cross-border services, with local leaders expressing concern about economic impacts if border restrictions tighten. A recent failed bipartisan Senate border bill, opposed by former President Donald Trump, had support from some border officials who sought additional Border Patrol resources. Local authorities express mixed views about their communities' futures, citing political division as a source of uncertainty, while emphasizing the distinction between their daily reality and national portrayals of border regions.
By the way, if you want to stay updated on asylum and immigration reform news, then make sure to press the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video. Okay, moving on, we're ready for update number 4.
Despite ongoing debates about immigration reform, a federal employment verification system called EverVerify remains notably underutilized across the United States. The program, which allows employers to easily identify unauthorized immigrants seeking employment, has enrolled only 27% of employers nationwide, with California reporting even lower participation at 16%. While EverVerify is considered highly reliable and requires minimal administrative effort, its limited adoption reflects the economy's dependence on undocumented immigrant labor. Experts suggest that widespread implementation could significantly reduce illegal immigration by removing one of its primary drivers: employment opportunities. The program's low utilization persists even as immigration remains a central political issue, with former President Donald Trump emphasizing border security while Democrats advocate for expanded citizenship pathways.
And finally, our 5th immigration update for this week.
Texas hospitals must begin collecting immigration status data from patients starting November 1st, following Governor Greg Abbott's August executive order. The requirement applies to facilities participating in Medicaid or the Children's Health Insurance Program, with quarterly reporting to begin in March 2025. While hospitals must inform patients that this information will not affect their care, critics, including the American Civil Liberties Union, warn the policy could harm health outcomes. Abbott justified the measure by citing border crossing increases and associated medical costs. The Texas Hospital Association noted that facilities remain legally obligated to provide emergency care regardless of immigration status. Democratic legislators counter that expanding healthcare coverage would be more effective at reducing costs in Texas, which leads the nation in uninsured residents.
And that concludes this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an Asylum Strategy Session so that we can assist you in securing your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.